Good evening, lovely spirits. It's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. Peace and wisdom. Now, today I want to do this video discussing dreams. Which existence is truly real? The dream existence or the consciously awake, physically, that existence? Which one is real? So I want to get into this video. Now, I have many videos dealing with dreams, but different aspects of it. So today I want to do another aspect of understanding dreams. Now, you know what? On second thought, I want to do a deeper video because I'm trying to pace y'all along and not move too fast or go too deep. But I have to go deep. I feel like I'm smothering myself, teaching y'all things and never being able to go deep. But I'm going deep in this video. So hopefully I don't lose anyone. Hopefully you all grasp the depths of the wisdom of Solace. Because many people like to challenge my wisdom. And they truly do not know enough to challenge. They're cheating themselves. Now, this is not ego, but it's truly a deep thing. Now, I want to start this video by asking y'all these questions. Who knows the secrets of the crescent and the circle? Who knows the secrets of why rain falls? Is there anybody out there that knows the knowledge of the 4 dark corners and the 4 light sides? Is there anyone that knows the secret of why wolves howl to the moon? And this is my point. Men like to challenge you, yet they haven't even begun to think about wisdom that I already know. And it's a deep thing. So in this video, I want to answer those questions. Now we're going to deal with the crescent and the circle first. The secret behind the crescent and the circle. Now, this is ancient knowledge of when to provoke the spirits of the dead, meaning bring them forth, reveal them to living men. Now I want you to grasp when I say bring the spirits forth so that living men can see them. You have to grasp, men are spirits in bodies. Spirits are just men who've shed their bodies. We call them dead. So you have to grasp the life, physical and unphysical, it's all in the same realms, but it's a matter of perception. Now stay with me. In the ancient past, crescents and circles had to do with when, what time. Like when I say when, I mean time period. When to bring the spirits forth so that men can see. Now this is a deep thing I want y'all to grasp because this has to do with the moon. This correlates with the moon. Crescents and circles. We know the moon goes through its phases. In crescent, in full moon, which is a circle, has a great deal to do with all of this that I'm about to break down. So please stay with me. Now, I did a video discussing menstrual cycle is lunar cycle. So hopefully everyone's seen that, because that video will help you to grasp what I'm about to break down. Now, when you're dealing with spirits being brought forth, this all correlates with the moon, which is the crescent in the full circle. A crescent is not a full circle. Hopefully everyone knows what a crescent moon is. That's a crescent, that symbol. Now, the lunar or the moon goes through its phases. Crescent, half moon, gibbous, then full moon. Gibbous is just the reverse of crescent. So crescent is like 25% of the moon illuminated. Half moon is 50% illuminated. Gibbous is like 75% of the moon illuminated. And we all know what full moon is. And that's the waxing of the moon. Then you have the waning, which is the reverse. Gibbous, half, crescent, then back empty, or new moon. And this is the phases of the moon. And this has to do with the menstrual cycle of a woman, meaning it's the same. It's the same period of time, everything. Now, I did a video breaking that down, so hopefully y'all seen it. Now, the point of that is this, because in the ancient past, they would bring the spirits forth, as I was saying. And they would do this knowing the cycle or the phases of the moon. See, when a woman goes through her menstrual cycle, there's a part of her cycle where the egg cells are building up, and then there's a part of her cycle, which is the reverse, where the egg cells are being pushed out. Same with the moon. Crescent, half, gibbous, full. This is the spirits from below coming forth, trying to go back up above. So it's just like a woman's menstrual cycle. The eggs pile up, and then they're pushed out. The moon is spiritual, so you have to grasp. It's the same thing, but from the spiritual aspect. So when you see the crescent moon, the ancients knew the portal has been cracked, and the spirits of the dead that are attached to the life, meaning men who die attached to the physical, their loved ones, their physical desires, men who die in that state, their spirit is like stuck in a limbo, you can say. So when I say the spirits from below come up, this is what I mean. Now, the lunar cycle is monthly. So every month when you see that crescent, this is a time where the spirits are starting to come from below up, passing through our realm or our atmosphere of sky. And as it builds up the full moon, all the spirits are coming up forth from below. The lost spirits that were attached to the life. Like I said, when I say spirits, I'm just talking about men who've passed, who are attached to the physical. Now, when the moon goes back, going towards new moon or empty, this is the waning. So you get gibbous, half, then crescent. This is when the forces or spirits from above come to push the spirits from below back down. So when you see the waning moon, meaning the moon going from full to new moon or empty, this is the forces above or the spirits from high coming to push the the lost spirits back down. But it's a deep thing because the spirits, they still come up for their time before they're pushed down every month. And the ancients would get in certain, I don't want to go into too much details, but the ancients would get into certain circles, specifically the crescent, because the crescent circle is not completely closed, leaving an opening for the spirits to commune, come into the circle. It's like an entrance for the spirits to come into the circle and commune with the physical who make the crescent circle. So physical men would sit and make a crescent circle amongst themselves and leave that opening for the spirits that come up. They can provoke them into the circle to communicate with them. So it's a deep thing. It's a deep knowledge. It's deep science. All knowledge we have is truly a matter of science, or what we call science. But it's a deep thing. Now, this knowledge is dangerous, meaning, because I know a lot of y'all are like, I want to try that. Let's try it and sit in the crescent circle and see if we can do this with the knowledge that Solace just gave us. Now, it's a little bit more to it, but it's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. This is a dangerous thing for men to do in today's times because there's no balance, there's no morality. And you have to grasp the spirits from below, they're attached to the physical. So it's a deep thing. They're looking to grasp themselves on in any way they can, meaning through those who are still physically living. So this is why this knowledge is dangerous, because you'll have men in today's times, no balance, no morality, lost into all aspects of the physical life. Men of today's times don't even understand when they're lost into a thing like eating. Men are having a hard time understanding, even though we eat morally, that is wrong. That's life. So this is what I mean by there's no morality, there's no balance. Men see things from their selfish nature. So men don't look at what they've done to provoke what comes their way and see things in a whole. They see it from their perspective. Now, a man provoking spirits to come forth and communicate, in that nature, they're going to attract the lowest of low. So you've got to grasp. Let's say a man died a drunk. His spirit's still attached to drink. He's going to be looking for men in the physical that drink alcohol, to graft himself onto their being just to experience the energy and the sensation of it, being as though it's not physical anymore, but it still wants to experience. It can't let go. Now let's say you have a drunk man in the crescent circle. That spirit is going to graft itself onto that drunk man in the circle. Let's say you have a murderer in the circle, lying to himself like, no, I'm not a murderer. It was self-defense. I'm really good. He's unbalanced. Murderous spirits are going to attack him and graft onto him to experience what they can through him. They're going to manipulate and influence him to do what's already in his nature, which is to murder. And they're going to influence, just like the drunk spirits, they're going to influence the drunk man to do what's in his nature for their benefit, to experience. Not experience, but indulge, being as though they're out of the body. So it's a deep thing. This is why that knowledge is dangerous in today's times. Because men in today's times don't have an awareness of balance with self, not overindulging. If you tell a man doing this is wrong, or you're overindulging in sex. In his mind, that means never have sex. He doesn't understand the balance. Go a time without. Take a time to indulge so that you may remember why you're going without. And repeat that balanced cycle, making sure you don't indulge more than you don't, if that makes sense. So it's a deep thing. Men in today's times have to get an aspect of self, spiritually, before they begin to indulge back into these ancient knowledges. This is why this wisdom was hid, to where many of y'all probably like, I never heard of that. This makes sense what he's saying, but I haven't even seen this written down. Many knowledges that were written down and known worldwide in ancient times were destroyed, just like knowledge is destroyed today, because men are not in a pure state to indulge in certain sciences. You see what we do with the sciences we have. We make guns and bombs to kill one another. So, all knowledge and wisdom isn't good if a man isn't in the right state of being. He'll destroy himself. You'll have men provoking spirits, and these spirits will come forth and be grafting on, and you have to graft. If you got spirits grafting on the people that's overly indulging into these things I'm speaking of, I'm not talking about a person that had a drink, or a person who may have had an instance where they've been put into a position where they've had to kill. But I'm talking about those who live in this nature. Even if you don't kill, but you promote that. I'm a killer, I'm a savage, but you ain't busting shit. But you promote that. And you feel within yourself, this is what I'm pulling for. If I got to lay a nigga down, I'm laying him down. You got a murderous nature about yourself. And spirits will graft themselves on you. Those murderous spirits, that men that died, murderers, still attached to that aspect of life. You know, your Hitlers, and it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Graft themselves on to men in their low state. You have to grasp. The low can only bring forth the low. The low in spirit, meaning men in low spirit, they can only provoke spirits from below. Now, when the spirits from above, or the higher forces, come during their time of the month, the same as a woman, those forces that push the eggs out of a woman, same as above. When the forces come that push those spirits back down below, every month, there's a time where men can provoke them too and engage in communication with them through the spirit circles and things of this nature. But men in today's times, it's a deep thing. It's like I said, it's a dangerous thing. Men in today's times don't want to hear what the spirits of high have to say. They're going to be more intrigued by the spirits of below. Grasp. You like physical things, because you in physical. So what spirits do you think you're going to pull for more when wisdom is being bestowed? And this is my point. When scholars say don't eat, that ain't truly what you're supposed to do. Eat once a day. It's truly a glorious thing. You rebuke that. You're more attracted to the brothers who say, eat this, or eat that. And it is the same with the spirits. When man is provoking them, man will go with what he wants to hear, because he has no balance within himself. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Man can't... It's just a deep thing. It's like the God concept. We all know when we read the Bible, God got dominating ways He got jealous ways and murderous ways. And we know, even according to God, you ain't supposed to do that. Yet, God can. Now, we overlook this because we perceive that we don't have higher conscience than God. So, for whatever reasons God is doing this, it is just. And this is my point. Man has no balance with himself or morality. Anything or anyone can come along, show the signs of being a lost, dominating spirit of below, and man will not know. You hear all the signs of God, like, hold on, that sounds like he lost in Satan. Yet, you like, nah, but that's, so you overlook it because you don't have enough confidence in self, in the wisdom you hold. And that's because all the wisdom you hold comes from without, meaning books and men. It doesn't come from within, tapped in to a source, a foundation. So it's easy for men to be strayed this way, that way. This is why that knowledge is dangerous. It's a deep thing. The wisdom was hid because there's a history to men losing their morality. This is not something that happens overnight. So when men finally lost their morality, this is when this wisdom began to be hid. So it's a process. Men begin to eat. Grasp. Eating life is a sin. Now I know many of y'all say, well, what are we supposed to eat? Babies sustain themselves off just milk. I did a video discussing this also. Babies sustain themselves off milk until the parent gives them something else, making them not want the milk anymore. But who's to say how long a person can sustain themselves off milk? But the point that I'm making has nothing to do with the diet. The point I'm making is this. It was a process to men losing his morality. And the diet in the law was used to keep man from completely losing himself. So we get lost on the physical law. Don't eat this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Those things don't matter. They're there for the purpose of your morality, so you don't get lost into them. Thou shalt not kill, because if you don't say that to man, he will fucking kill everything. Grasp. You eat, don't you? It's to a point now where you don't grasp that when you're eating a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, or chicken, a salad. You don't grasp that that's living life that was living in its form, in its way. You don't even realize that. You see how thousands of years of men eating get them to the point where they make killing and slaughtering the life a delicacy. It's an activity. Go to the supermarket, give me some food. So it's a deep thing. Men begin to eat vegetation. So then you tell them, don't eat meat. Because if you don't, they going to eat anything. Now you don't tell them not to eat meat because meat is bad and vegetation is good. This lost man talk. This is physical talk. Ain't nothing good or bad than nothing. Man has no morality. That's what's bad. The physical desires of man is what's the beast. That's what's bad. So the vegetation of the meat, neither one is bad or good. You can sustain yourself off either. But the nature is what's bad. So you tell a man, don't eat meat, to stop him from hunting animals down, killing them, slaughtering them, because in him doing that act, it will make his nature murderous. It don't got nothing to do with what he eats. It's his nature. He's going to be like that to others. It's like they tell you with animals. Don't let that dog, if anybody out there got a pit bull or any type of house dog, I know you've heard this. Don't let that dog taste blood. Because once that happens, it's a wrap, baby. Once a man shed blood, I don't care if it's an animal for eating. Once that happens, he will overlook life. His nature will change. And this is where we are today, where men are murderous in their nature. Not because they eat meat, but the nature in what it takes to get the meat. And this is why they said don't eat meat. Because what you got to do to get it. It's going to make you lose your morality. You're not going to just wait till the meat die on its own, and you're not going to do that. You're going to begin to get desperate and say, I don't feel like waiting till animals die to have meat. I'm sacrificing them to God so I can eat them. So this is the morality of man. He will justify what he needs to do to get whatever he wants when he wants it. No regards to anything other than himself. This is why if we had a crazy famine or drought right now in today's times, many of you would eat. When I say many, I mean 90 to 95% of you would eat each other. And you know it. I know it sounds nasty now because you got food. But had you didn't, y'all are so greedy in y'all nature. Y'all will be like, oh my God, and you gonna eat somebody. This is how cannibalism happened in the past. So if you want to be truthful, there was a point in time in ancient times where men were told not to eat anything. Don't eat vegetation, fruit. Don't take from the tree. It was a time where man was told this. Perfect example, the Bible. Don't eat from the tree of... So there you go. Now we know the Bible, it briefly discusses ancient history. So you get more in-depth understanding in the Enuma Elish of the beginnings of the Bible. So if you want to know more details of the beginnings of the Bible, that lies within the Enuma Elish. The Bible is just getting to its time in history. The Enuma Elish is dealing with its time, which predates the Bible's time. But the Bible don't want you to get off track, so it skims through the beginnings. And in the beginnings, it was a time where men were told not to eat vegetation and don't touch the trees, because the trees are gods. And you see where that led? Men don't listen. So then you got to tell them, don't eat meat. Men so lost in their morality, they take it literal, meaning they have no connection with their spirit. So when you say don't eat meat, they really think, oh, the meat is bad and the vegetation is good. They completely forgot it's all life. I told you not to eat vegetation. You don't listen. So now I'm telling you don't eat meat. Because you obviously ain't going to stop. Man don't grasp. Okay, this has nothing to do with the vegetation of the meat, but it has to do with the nature. It's going from plucking the vegetation and killing that to now hunting and chasing, and your nature is different. You're willing to chase something down like an animal and gut it. That's a different nature. Grasp. You see your child coloring in the book. I'll give you a simple example. If any of you seen your 7-year-old chasing down a pig, jump on its back, gut it, and say, Mom, I'm about to whip this up, I got dinner. You gonna say, well, God damn, fuck the pig and the meat we about to eat. Did you see what he just did? His nature, his spirit. We didn't even eat the pig yet. But did you see what he did to get it? That's what the rules was trying to protect you from. Your nature. Not what you eat. It's a deep thing men don't grasp. You have to know certain things before you begin to try to do as the ancients did when they were bringing forth the spirits. You got to know things like the nature of the spirit. Is it a dominating spirit? You got to know, is this a lost spirit from below or a spirit from above that ascended up and got the sufficient amount of knowledge that it needed in the physical, didn't get lost, stayed balanced, and upon death it had no attachments, it had an understanding of the all and the ascent of life. So it ascends. Like all flames, like everything does. Water's physical body. The physical body of water. It evaporates, and you can see the energy, which is the oxygen and hydrogen vapors, ascending back to its place. But we all know what happens in hell. Secret of rain falling. But I'm going to get into that. But you have to know the nature of things. You have to know the nature of a spirit. You have to have morality and balance. Therefore, you can look at a thing. A thing may have more wisdom than you. It may be greater than you, but that don't mean it's not lost. And you have to have balance within self to know, oh shit, God in my religion has more wisdom. And he is greater than me, but he's lost. He's lost his way. And when following him, I must know this. It's a deep thing. Be provoking and bringing forth and bringing in the wrong kind of energy or spirits. And it's a deep thing, but this is things that they did in the past. But they had an understanding of the nature, where these spirits came from, the nature of the spirit. They had an understanding of how to bring them forth, because this is all science. It's like water. Oxygen and hydrogen is unphysical, but these unphysical energies and or forces come together, and you get the water. You get the physical manifested right in your face when you see it raining. So this is what I mean by they understood how to bring the spirits forth, understanding energy, darkness, light. That's what all of this is. Dark energy and light energy. The physical body is the dark energy drawing in the light. It's a deep, cold-blooded thing. The dark energy is feeding on the light. Your body is feeding on your spirit, your morality. It's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. Now I want to get into why rain falls. The secret of rain falling. Now the first thing I want to say to y'all, all the physical things you see, anything in the physical, whether a flower, tree, bird, piece of vegetation, grass, vegetables, vegetation, whether grass, vegetables, whatever, it grows. You see it growing on its own accord. You see the tomatoes go from small to big. If a thing grows on its own accord, it is alive. You have to grasp that. Now, I say that to say this. All the physical you see fell in spirit. So all physical things you see have a life force or an energy force within. I call it a spirit. Many of y'all heard that word outside of me. So now you have to grasp. All physical things you see fell in spirit, meaning the spirit fell into that dark state of existence. This is why you see the physical thing, including every last one of us. We came into our darkness, the exhale. Same with the rain. Grass. Rain starts off unphysical, as vapor. This is the spirit of the energy, you can say, of water. Now grasp. We all know vapor rises. So if you boil water, the water begins to evaporate, meaning the body, it's like a body. The body begins to decay. The water begins to evaporate. And you see the steam, the essence of what the water is, you see that rising up above right before your eyes. Now you've all seen this. And you all know when the water gets a certain height, it begins to cool. Comes back together. The hydrogen and oxygen atoms, they come back together. And fall right back down. So this is how we get rain. The sun heats up the oceans, us, we sweat. That sweat evaporates. And the steam of it rises up. This is why on a hot day you can see the steam rising up off the ground. That's the water of all the living on the earth, including the large bodies of water, the oceans and seas. Now it's a deep thing. When the water evaporates, just like when a body decays, so the force or energy within the essence of the thing is going to strive to ascend up naturally. So this is why water, when it evaporates, you see the essence, the vapor, rising up. Now this is the oxygen and hydrogen atoms. If you need a reference, I'll use science. When you see the hydrogen and oxygen atom, when you see the vapor rising, this is the hydrogen and oxygen atoms separating, you can say in a sense, going back to their natural state before they came together. And this is my point. When the spirits is free from the body, they still in the existence, and they still fall back into their darkness, even with water. Grasp how deep that is. That is the secret of rain falling. Even rain is a lost spirit in hell. Rain ain't got no spirit, Silas. I just told you what the spirit of the rain was. You've seen it ascending up. We call it vapor. Grasp. Hydrogen, oxygen. You can't see these things, but you know they be, and you know they come together. It make the water that you do see. And when you heat that water up, you see the essence of it, which is the hydrogen and oxygen, vaporizing back up to its natural state in divinity. But it's in hell, like I said. So what happens? The water all bounds up into clouds, coming back together. It's a deep thing. It bounds up into clouds, it comes back together. This is the process of the spirit falling into the darkness again, or the physical. So water shows you the story of the fallen angels. Every time you see water fall, you're seeing spirits falling their lower self, as you see all spirits in the physical do. It's a deep thing. Spirits is coming in and going out as we speak, as we exist. We completely ignorant to it. You know men die and men are born, so you know spirits is dying and spirits is coming. You know this. But for some reason, what I'm saying is not going to truly click. So when I say even water has a spirit trapped in the body, it's a deep thing. It's so much y'all have to grasp. But y'all are struggling with the sperm is the spirit and the egg is the body, and this is why. And it's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. But the great revelation of eternity in man's ascent is a horrible thing. The realization that nothing is good in the physical. Y'all look for things to be good in the physical. I want you to grasp. After an eternity of living, from honoring this thing to that thing, you know how y'all do. Y'all praise this man one moment, then the next moment, I'm sick of him, fuck him. Who's next? Same way in eternity. You go from worshiping and honoring this thing and this great thing all the way to the ends of eternity. To finally realize, damn, I get what Silas was saying now. The physical is hell. Ain't nothing good here. Grass. You got God. You really the devil. They one and the same. The darkness and the light. The duality. That's where the trick come in at. Everybody is that. The spirit, the goodness, falling into the darkness, getting lost into the desire of the body. So you have to grasp how deep it is. When you in the physical looking for good things, you find it because you like, nah, he's a good man. You forget the duality. You forget where you are. If anything was good here, it wouldn't be physical. Right. Wouldn't be here. You say, I don't understand. Why if something is physical mean it got to be bad? Because anything that comes into the physical going to ignore the whole and only care for self. Because when we all come into this physical, we come as individuals. When you was born. Exactly. My point. You came as an individual. And your thoughts and everything from that moment on is about you. So this is why you eat life. And you say, I'm not, you don't, this is why you say, this is why y'all don't say, I'm only going to eat once a day or twice a day like Silas does. Being as though I can go 3 weeks without eating, without dying, according to science. Takes a man 3 weeks to die of starvation. So why y'all eat 3, 4, 5 times a day? If you could go a whole 3 weeks, if you can eat once every 3 weeks and not die, explain to me why men eat 3 full times a day. Exactly. Because everything in the physical is bad. Ain't no morality. It's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. But that's what wise men learn at eternity's end. After they worship and follow so much foolishness through every existence of life, beginning to remember and grasp, oh, hold on. It's all simple. What you experience in the physical, it lets you know everything about the whole existence. Grasp. Every day the sun or the great star, oh Lucifer, every night you see him fall. We call it setting. You see how we cover things up? The sun is setting. Oh, that's what's happening, right? I grasp. But wise men know. The same old same, every day, is hell. One day, one existence. On repeat. Do not the sun rise every day and fall into darkness every night? Do men not wake up every day and do the same goddamn thing they did yesterday? Hell is a repeating cycle. From any aspect you look at it. And men are lost from any aspect you look at it. But men can't see this because they're men. So they're not looking at it from any aspect but self. Because it's a selfish nature. Once lost in the physical, once you let the body's desires take over, then you be like, what you mean, Solace, I can't eat? You said we shouldn't eat. I didn't tell you you shouldn't do anything, lost spirit, because I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm telling you the truth. And I don't know what's wrong with you. It's a deep thing with men. Everything I tell y'all, y'all know already. You just been building yourself up with lies for so long that it's a deep thing. Y'all think y'all gotta learn how to know all. You already knew all. Everything I tell y'all, y'all know already. I really want y'all to think about that. I don't care how deep it is. It ain't nothing I don't tell y'all that y'all truly don't know already. When I say, man, y'all know goddamn well y'all ain't supposed to eat, because fruit, vegetable, I don't care what it is, it's its own life form living its way. Then y'all in your mind be like, oh yeah. But God said that was for us. So you get my point? It ain't nothing that I truly say that y'all don't know already. It's a matter of, fuck Solace, I don't get no benefit out of what he just said. But in your spirit, you like, yeah, I know that. So this is my point. And you know I'm teaching y'all the truth. Because there's nothing that I tell y'all that deep within spirit, if you was not biased and lost, you know, in spirit. When I say lost, I mean you're not going to admit it and say, you know what? Most of the men that got thousands and millions of followers, they ain't going to never come forth and say, you know what, Solace is right. They going to say to themselves, oh shit, he is right. But fuck that. I got to get my money. And this is my point. The morality. Men don't care. And that's the true great revelation. Men will eventually realize. I don't even want to say men, because men are spirits trapped in bodies. So when I say men, y'all don't look at yourselves as spirits and bodies no more. Y'all like, oh, spirits and men are different. This is how y'all truly view it. It's a funny, deep thing, but I want y'all to truly, and I know a lot of y'all, if you're real with self, you like, damn, he's right. I do be speaking like spirits and living men is two different things. I forgot. Spirits are in bodies. It's the same thing. Duh. Men in jail is the same as men on the street. It's just a matter of going in and coming out. But when I say spirits or when I say men, you a spirit in the body, so don't get so lost where you like, okay, they two different things. When I die, I'm going to become a spirit. What are you talking about? You are a spirit. Trapped. But it's a deep thing. Rain falls, and every physical thing you see in this existence with us, it's in hell just like you. I don't care how great you thought it was. But men must see things as great, for they can strive, lest they just stay low and stupid and say, damn. See, if I just say, man, everything in this existence, no matter how great you thought it was, it's really some lost shit. God, oh yeah, he's great, but he lost. He got the whole world in the palm of his hands because they truly believe in this nigga. So what he says is true, but he's lost. Beliefs is foolishness, even though he knows it isn't true. It's just like the king of the city. He says, oh, I have the whole city under my rule and control, and he believes this, and he rules them. But he knows deep down within himself, if they all decide to wake up one day and say, fuck you, nigga, he's finished. He knows this. Got to. But it's a deep thing. like I said, the bad things in life, they serve their purpose. So, the ruler of the city, how he rules over his citizens, he serves his purpose. That's not to say he's good, but his badness, it serves its purpose. So the bad never wins. It just serves its purpose for the good. But during its time, it wreaks its havoc, because it does what it does. But the bad will always manifest back into the good. It's inevitable. It's a deep thing you have to grasp. Kings ruling over cities. They're powerful and they are great. They could say to any man in their city, I am greater than you. All I got to do is snap my fingers and you will die. That's how powerful I am. And he could prove that to you. But you know what's the deep thing? His power lies on others. Meaning, he don't have no power. It's all a lost man's thing. Only a lost man would set himself up into that. I'm the ruler, I'm great over everything. However many you rule over, that's what's going to smother you out. 50 men. I'll give you a great example. Michael Jackson. Loved. Fans see him, go crazy. If Michael Jackson didn't have security, those fans who loved him, in their moments of embracing him with love, would kill him and not even realize it. And this is what you get. Because who told a man that he should be great over other men, to the point where motherfuckers see you and go crazy? And men get hyped. Say, man, you see how lit I am? 5,000 bitches were screaming at my show for me, nigga. They chased me. Had they caught the nigga, he'd be dead. He'd learn, oh my God, being great is not so great. It's a misunderstanding. What holds you up is going to move. You're going to fall. And it's inevitable. But bad men serve their purpose. Because when men rule over men, this is what leads men to wanting equality. This is what drives men to say, I don't want to rule over nobody. I just want things to be equal because. So things serve their purpose. It's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. All starts with the unphysical, manifesting into the physical. But they are one. The unphysical and physical, they are one. Just like night and day, they are one day. You can separate it as many times as you like, which we have. This is why you have dusk, dawn, high noon, midnight, night, day. You know, broke the day down in a whole bunch of times. But it's still one day. And you can never lose sight of that. The day and the night, no matter how different they are one. They are only separated by time. The day is becoming the night, and the night is in its process of becoming the day. So they are one and the same. It's a deep thing you have to grasp. Let me get into this before I end this video. I said, who knows the secrets of the 4 dark corners and the 4 light sides? Again, who knows the secret knowledge of the 4 dark corners and the 4 light sides? Now I'm going to give y'all a minute. Think. Many of y'all are sitting here right now, looking at me, just waiting. Think. I said that because I want y'all to truly grasp. Y'all don't think. Hopefully in you looking at the video, when I said think, and you was one of those that was sitting here just waiting like, I don't know, there's many of y'all still waiting while I'm rambling on. Y'all just sitting there waiting, buying time till I say the answer. And it's a deep thing. It's my point. Brainless. Even when you know what to do, still don't do it. Brother said think. What is the 4 dark corners and the 4 light sides? And still ain't thought about it. It's niggas right now like, I thought, nigga, I don't know. I know. Had you truly thought, you would know the answer. But this is in spirit knowledge, meaning in pureness of self. This is like little baby spirit riddles. Man don't grasp in the physical. A grown man in the physical don't understand little baby spirit riddles. Grasp. Men die, they become spirits, right? Spirits are in bodies, right? All bodies got a life force within them, right? So when a man dies, that life force gonna be born out the body. It's gonna be an infant spirit. And it's gonna get infant knowledge. The same way y'all got kindergarten knowledge. In the 4 dark corners and the 4 light sides is little baby kindergarten spirit knowledge. And grown men have no clue still it's a deep thing. But here's the answer. What is 4 dark corners and 4 light sides? What is the knowledge of that? This. Can you see the 4 corners and the 4 sides? Y'all like to call this the symbol of Christ? It's a deep thing. Others call it the swastika symbol. It's a deep thing. North, south, east, west. Now what that means, the secret knowledge of the 4 corners, the 4 dark corners, and the 4 light sides. This is the symbol of it. And now there's a deep knowledge in that. But there's one problem. That's not going to be revealed. You know why? No balance. Besides, I gave you the answers. Think. How long does one teach before he begins to make people think for the answer themselves? How much tools do I need to give y'all before y'all can begin to figure out certain things I say on your own? Because I gave you all the knowledge you need to grasp the answers. I said the sperm is the spirit, the egg is the body. How does death work? Men still can't answer it. Mind you, I gave y'all everything you need to answer it. But men don't think. They wait. So, wait. And I'm going to end on that note. Because y'all are ungrateful spirits. And I'm tired of all the challenging. I don't mind the challenging if one's on the level. But it's a deep thing because y'all don't even recognize deep wisdom when y'all hear it. In y'all mind, I ain't no different than young Pharaoh and the rest of these these brothers that y'all try to compare me with and be like, oh, you similar to this brother. You and this brother should team up because y'all got the same knowledge. No, my child, don't. Nobody got the knowledge of the life. Why? Because y'all don't deal with the life. And we all know this. So don't nobody need to come forth and speak blasphemy talking about the life. It's only one person that speaks of the life, and that's his nigga named Solace. And he calls himself a servant. And a whole bunch of other shit that y'all don't say, that y'all don't grasp. So please, stop it. Stop comparing me to this brother because you like him so you want to make him seem wiser. And that brother because you like, oh, Solace is the wisest motherfucker on the planet. I know when I say that y'all get mad, but y'all know it's the truth. So then y'all try to tie me and other people that y'all want to be the wisest. And y'all say, oh, he's like this person and they similar, they should team up. Y'all want to be lost. It's a deep thing. Ain't nobody like me. I'm me. I like being me. Y'all should like people being them. And you should like being yourself. A lot of y'all want to get wisdom on my level. I hear this a lot. I want to get to your level, Solace. Brother, the goal is the life. I learn from the life, but you want to get to my level. So the things I'm teaching are not being grasped. Y'all want to follow me and make me y'all God. That doesn't work for me. Solace got to get the knowledge, because that's what I do. I'm the physical manifestation of that. Wisdom. I don't got time to be ruling over y'all. How am I get wisdom if I'm ruling over y'all? Exactly. Leave that to masters. That's their purpose, to be lost. Therefore, the purposes of the servant coming through and saying, oh, masters, y'all ain't shit. Y'all niggas are dumb. I'll embarrass any master you bring before me. I don't care who it is. Dr. Malachi York, Eligio Nate, whoever calls themselves a master, step up. I'll fucking embarrass you just for labeling yourself a master and then acting like you don't got good goddamn fucking common sense to know that ain't nobody supposed to be dominant over somebody. And I